The Time I Met Jesus, part 2. Um, so, it's like 11 p.m. at night in the middle of December, and I'm outside. I have not yet started my smoke, and, Jesus appears and comes and sits down next to me. And I'm just like, hi. Because, I have never in my entire life been a Christian. I've never been baptized. I've always been kind of skeptical of monotheism as a concept. Like, I was the last person anyone would expect this to happen to. I actually spent somewhere between 15 and 20 years actively saying, I am not on Team Jesus. I do not believe he exists. I don't subscribe to any of that. Like, I am the most not Jesus person that is still religious that a person could meet, right? And so I'm just like, hi, hello? And, the first thing I ask, because, when Jesus appears, and you're not a Christian, I ask him, I'm just like, so do I need to get baptized and change my religion? Like, do I need to do that? And, he was really cool. And he just sort of laughed, and he was just like, no, you do not need to. You don't have to. No one has to. In fact, what he said was, he kind of laughed, and he was just like, anyone who doesn't really want it, anyone who goes and gets baptized and they didn't want it truly with every single ounce of their soul, that it doesn't count, because he doesn't want that. He doesn't want those people. And so, like, you have to, you can't be pressured into it. You can't be like, you don't get the benefit if there was a pressure, or if there was any sort of like, hesitancy, because he's not pushy like that. That was like the first thing he told me. And in my opinion, one of the most important, like the second most important thing that came out of that conversation. And the first most important I'll get to in part 3.